Tales Yet Told is an actual play podcast dedicated to telling weird and fun stories full of imagination, thoughtful characterization, and inclusivity. My name is Kendrick Smith. I use they, he pronouns, and I am your host and game master here at Tales Yet Told. What you're about to listen to is our prologue episode for the first season here called Strangers in the Wood, in which we play Babes in the Wood, a Powered by the Apocalypse game by Adam Voss of World Champ Game Co., inspired by Over the Garden Wall and other Gothic fairy tales. Similarly, Strangers in the Woods draws on elements from Gothic fairy tales and 80s sci-fi action and horror films, and as such, a list of content warnings will always be available in the description. In this episode, you will meet our three players, Hilda, who plays Dorothy, Marcy, who plays Dakota, and you will hear the voice of Gus, who plays Walter, but Walter does not appear in the prologue. Now, without further ado, here is Strangers in the Wood. We fade in on a close-up of an orange wall. Strands of fibrous pulp and little white seeds cling tightly to it in a web-like mess. Somewhere, out of sight, we hear the voices of 2, maybe 3 people. They aren't frantic or argumentative, but we can tell that there is a cautious tone to their conversation. There's a moment of silence when finally a knife comes plunging through the orange wall. Its long, serrated edges catch hold of the stringy innards as it moves in and out and in and out, carving the shape of a triangle. Bright light spills through as the cutout triangle is pushed out by a finger. And through the hole, we see the curious dark eyes of Dorothy Reed peering inside. The camera moves through the eye hole of the pumpkin surrounding it and into the kitchen of the Abbotts. The kitchen is a neat, but perhaps overly decorated space, with fake cobwebs and spiders hanging from the walls, black and orange garlands drooping up and down from the ceiling, and adorably cliché Halloween candles sitting on just about every surface. Dorothy, you're sitting at the kitchen table, admiring your work, while Grace Abbott, your foster mother, kneels by your side and lets go of your hand after having helped guide your first carving. Christopher Abbott, your father, or your foster father, is dumping a mixed bag of candy into a plastic bowl shaped like a cauldron. Grace is dressed as Dr. Frankenstein, and Christopher is her monster. And Dorothy, would you describe yourself?
Dorothy is a very small 7-year-old, has not hit her growth spurt yet, but, she's dressed up as a little pepper shaker for Halloween, but there's not a salt shaker to be seen to match her.
Quite sad.
She's not too upset by it right now, but, you get the sense that there maybe was supposed to be a second part to her costume.
Is this Dorothy's first time cutting a pumpkin? Or carving a pumpkin?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So how's she feeling about this?
I think she's very, she's got the classic, doesn't want to, scoop out the innards with her hands at first, because it's ew, it's gross, and it's stringy and cold and whatever. But, once her hands are, in it and she's, doing it, she's like, wow, it's got a really cool texture, and she's really caught up in all of that, and like was very meticulous about what kind of face she wanted to put on her pumpkin for the first
Oh,
time, and
of
all of that
course.
was a huge decision. Yeah,
Was she the kind of person who like drew it out before carving it in?
absolutely. So many times. You can see there's
Amazing.
like pieces of paper, like an old newspaper or whatever, that has been drawn on multiple times with a bunch of different iterations of faces
Hmm.
before she finally settled on one to then put onto the pumpkin.
Awesome. After you have like just finished cutting out like the first like triangle of the eyes, Grace, she's sitting, she's like kneeling by you. She looks to you and says, "Okay, do you think you can do the other ones by yourself?"
I, I think so. I think I can. Uh,
Okay.
I take the knife, I guess, and I go for the second eye.
Okay. And you start carving it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
am I going to make you roll for this? I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Would be
Introduce the possibility to fail and
just
carving
so you can
pumpkin.
learn how to play the game as we're going through it. I'm going to need you to no, I'm not
Dorothy
gonna
cuts
have.
off a finger, bleeds,
Awesome.
bleeds out on the pumpkin. You know.
So yeah, you start carving into it, and you see Christopher has like finished like pouring out the candy into the bowl. He shakes it around a little bit and says, "All right, this will be just enough. Do you think I should have got more, dear?" And like looks over to Grace, and Grace goes, "It'll be fine. Plus, we have the rest of it in the closet." So, yeah. Okay, I guess you're right. And like turns to look at the clock and is like, it's getting a little late. And you see he like kind of rounds a corner a little bit, standing in like the kind of archway that leads out of the kitchen and into like other hallways and the stairs that lead upstairs. And you hear him call up, Dakota! Better shake it like a shot taker down here before all the candy's gone. Get on down here. And I think our camera moves through the halls of this warm, cozy house and up the stairs and through the last hallway before stopping at a white wooden door with a placard on it with the name Dakota. Dakota, do you want to describe what this placard looks like? Has Dakota like personalized it in any way, or is it like the plain like painted white placard with like the black letters saying Dakota?
Yeah, no. Dakota has taken this placard and instead burned their name into it because it sends a message to those trying to come in.
Oh, of course, of
It's
course,
a little bit of foreboding, a little warning to those who want to enter their space.
of course. I think the camera moves in through the keyhole as we enter into Dakota's room. Dakota, you've just finished putting on your costume. Do you want to describe what she looks like and what her room looks like as well as you're here?
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. So I don't know how in depth you want to get, but I'll probably over explain, but it's fine.
Go for it.
Dakota is about, pretty tall for their age. They're about 5'9". They are pretty muscular build. They're always kind of active, always kind of, outside. They have a very long top, black hair with shaved sides, along with adorning a Ferris Bueller costume. Sort of, the golden vest and the sort of dressy pants. Their room is a scattered mess of both clothing, trash, notebooks, art books, whatever you can imagine. There's a hole in the wall. Maybe that was there before they moved in. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe.
And in her trash can sits a medium-sized salt shaker costume.
Oh, so sad. As she's like looking herself in the mirror, like looking over her Ferris Bueller outfit or costume, I think like in the like reflection in the mirror, we can see kind of like the desk or table that's behind her, and on top of it is a flyer that she received from one of her friends at school, one of her few friends at school, and it is like the kind of trifold uh, kind of flyer where you can like
Like a
open it up.
pamphlet?
Yeah, like a pamphlet. I don't know why I'm overcomplicating
Damn.
it. Like a pamphlet. Um,
That that's swanky.
the on the front part of this pamphlet reads "All Hallows Weed," written in bright orange and green bubble letters. And below it is a very strangely well drawn picture of a zombie in a Rasta hat and like dreads smoking a blunt. Um, and inside of this pamphlet is a drawn like map that details a path through the woods to lead you to this secret party. As Dakota, you would know Katie Thompson, one of the most popular girls in school.
Of course, of course.
Of course. This is her second annual Halloween Bash that takes place out in like this old abandoned barn out in the middle of the woods. Very secret, and it's hard to get an invitation to. But one of your like inner circle was able to get an invite for you. And it takes place this very night. Ooh. And so yeah, you've while you're like kind of checking out yourself in the costume, you hear your foster father call up to shake her like a salt shaker downstairs.
Dakota kind of shouts, "Yeah, Chris, I'm coming." And then kind of, still very much taking her time to do, whatever she needs to prepare herself for her planned evening.
And then I think eventually, like once you like, do you bring anything with you for your ulterior plans for the night?
So Dakota, has a bit of, how do I want to say this? A few treats for such a festivity as Halloween.
Of course.
As one may can imagine. She also, in theme of her costume, has a tape recorder, in which she plans to use as kind of like a prank on some people. Has some like pre-recorded like lines and stuff to kind of create some kind of fun moments in a party. As well as Dakota likes to record conversations with people and play them back afterwards, just to make sure she heard what she thinks she heard about people.
Okay. That way people can't gaslight her.
A little bit.
I feel that.
As far as that goes, just the normal things that anyone would bring on a night out. So, just
That's
a
fair.
pocket full of random things. The costume doesn't have much in terms of carrying capacity, so just we're packing light.
Of course. You finish. You finish getting all your stuff together. You headed out your room, and down the stairs where you see Christopher is like leaning against the railing, waiting for you to come down. Sees you, and you see his eyes go like a little wide. He says, "Oh, you didn't want to do the you didn't want to go assault with Dorothy?"
No, we had this conversation like earlier this week, Chris.
Okay. I just, I thought maybe you'd change your mind, is all.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay. And that's fine. You look good. By the way.
Yeah. Okay. Is Dorothy ready to go?
Dorothy, you hear your foster sister? I don't know how.
Yeah, foster sister.
Okay, yeah.
Dakota, come look at my pumpkin.
Fine.
Come look at it.
And I walk into the kitchen to look.
See, I did this one all by myself. I needed help with the first one, but now I did this one by myself. Do you like it?
The teeth are wrong.
Oh.
It has no teeth, Dorothy. How's it gonna eat?
I didn't think pumpkins needed to eat. I just thought it looked happier without the teeth.
It looks good. It looks fine. You did such a good job.
Dorothy is beaming at that last compliment. Like, her face fell a little bit with, like, the teeth are wrong or whatever. But the moment that Dakota just affirms and is like, yeah, it looks good or whatever, just $1 million smile.
Dakota, you can see that Grace, who's like taking a seat by like the kitchen like counter, like bar counter, you know, one of those counters that like kind of come out on the other side and you keep like bar stools. There she's sitting there. You can tell that like she like kind of looks you once over and like you can tell makes like the mental decision to be like, okay, I guess this is what it is, you know, no point in arguing about it. And she says, well, are my two girls ready to go out and get some trick-or-treating done?
We have to go trick-or-treating now?
Yes! And Christopher comes down. Well, of course, we weren't just going to have the two of you dress up just to sit here at home. You got to go trick-or-treating. Be kids. Go out there. Get some candy.
Dorothy's, like, vibrating a little bit, like, with excitement.
Dakota kind of, like, just looks and, like, kind of rolls her eyes, and she's like, we're just doing this neighborhood, right?
Yeah, if that's what you feel comfortable with, go for it. You know, we're leaving her in your care, so look out for her. You're a big sister.
She can handle herself. She's a big kid. She could carve a pumpkin. She can navigate a few houses. But fine.
Well,
like I said, no further than this neighborhood. I have places to be. Okay, Grace?
Okay. I understand.
Dorothy is just, like, kind of, like, she's set down the pumpkin or whatever. She, like, puts on her little pepper shaker hat and grabs her little plastic pumpkin to, like, fill with candy. And is, like, standing with, like, the handle in both hands, just waiting for Dakota. Just expectantly.
Yeah, you go over, and as you do that, Grace comes over to you, kind of kneels down, gives you a hug, and says, all right, be safe out there, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can I have a flashlight?
Of course. Of course, sweetie. Hey, Chris, go fetch the flashlight from underneath the counter. And he goes, oh, okay, and heads on over, opens up a drawer, shuffles through it. I'm not seeing one in here. No, it's the one that's under the sink. Under the sink. When did we move it there? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Chris. It's the one that's underneath the sink. Okay. I just don't know why we're moving stuff around. It's hard to find. And you hear like him like rummaging through some stuff, and he says, okay, I found it. He comes back out, and you. He comes back out and like turns the light on, but like turns the flashlight on in a way where it's like flashing his face and like the typical like scary campfire way, you know? He says, I've got your flashlight, woo! And like comes over to Dorothy and like gets down and like fake like grabs you like a monster.
Can I have it too? Can I have the flashlight?
Oh, well, if you want the flashlight, you're going to have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. And Grace says, just give her the flashlight, Chris. He's like, okay, fine. I was just having a little fun.
I love Chris.
Just having a little fun. I'm sorry. And he starts to hand you the flashlight and says, take care of this, all right? Keep it close to you.
Okay. I won't lose it.
All right. Hey, Dakota, make sure she's safe, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. He like goes, puts a hand on your shoulder, like slapping the side of your shoulder, like, now come on, get out there, get some candy, be a kid.
Yeah, do you have a bag or anything, or like a pillowcase? I don't have anything.
Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second. He goes back into the kitchen and comes out, and he's got like a little, like one of those like purple pumpkin plastic pails. And he's like, we got one of these if you want it. As he like kind of stands in the in the archway shaking it.
Fine. Yeah.
There you go. And he walks
Just
over and
like
hands it to you.
mine.
Dorothy, will you trade me?
But okay.
I like yours more.
Okay.
You can have this purple one. This purple one's special. This one can hold more candy anyways.
Okay. Dorothy like eagerly holds out the other one to trade.
Nice. What kind did Dorothy have?
I just have like the regular, like the classic orange pumpkin. Yeah.
Fair. Dope. Okay, awesome. And you two, head out the door with lots of like, goodbye, be safe, we'll miss you, kind of deal from them as you all walk out the door. And outside, things have already started to pop off. There are mobs of children, ghosts, goblins, wizards, demons, all sorts of soldiers, and all sorts of costumes out as families kind of go door to door trick-or-treating. The street that the Abbotts live on is this like kind of upper middle class suburban neighborhood where all of the yards and porches have of these like ranch style homes have now been made the spooky homes of plenty of decorative skeletons and spiders and cobwebs and gravestones and so on and so forth. And like colored lights like shine up on some of the houses depicting like spooky like kind of animations of like ghosts flying like over the house, those kind of deals. It's there's quite a few people out here already trick-or-treating.
Dorothy's doing that thing where she's like rocking back and forth on like heels to toes. She's like, which way we gonna go first, Dakota? Which way first?
Okay. I know this neighborhood. All the rich families are going to be if you go to the left. So that's where all the big candy bars are going to be. So do you want those or do you want little handfuls?
Big candy bars!
Okay, so let's go left.
Okay, so yeah, you guys head off left down the street where the houses get a little bigger, and the candy gets a little bit more, what's the word? Excessive, I guess. Where they're just like handing out families that are rich enough where they're just buying so much
Except
candy.
Except for that one house that like a dentist owns, and they're handing out like toothbrushes. That's always
the rich dentist who's like, make sure.
On the other side of the coin, you get the one family that's giving out the caramel apples.
Yeah.
Ooh, true. So you guys are going along, and doing some trick or treating. This will be your first roll. Ooh. If I can have either one of you, I feel like the answer here is Dorothy. But you will be making a mush roll to see how much candy and what the
the most important roll.
Yeah, the most important roll of this game for sure.
Gotta get that candy. Exactly.
Gotta get that candy.
All right. So it's just a pure mush roll,
Pure
and I get
mush
to add
roll.
whatever.
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus your mush.
Plus my mush. Go.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 8.
An 8. Okay, so as we know, a 7 to 9 is going to be a mixed success. Dakota, you get a little like beep on your phone, a little notification. And as you turn to, take it out to take a look at it, you see it is your friend Scarlett. She's just texted you, and she's texted you, the text just reads, where the fuck you at? And like an angry face emoji.
I'm gonna type back, stuck with Dorothy, be there soon.
You just see, ugh, Ditcher, get over here. Party's already started.
Um, and then she's gonna type back and be like, grabbing some snacks, then on the way.
Okay, you better get here quick. And then a meme of I don't God. I said a meme and then I didn't think of what meme it is.
Gotta
I
commit
Didn't
to it.
play on the
I
meme.
can't. I was trying to think of what meme fits this, but then I was like, I don't know. It's like
It's like a gif of like Flash running.
I was just gonna offer like a random GIF, that one of the man with the skeleton, or no, the pumpkin head, and he's doing the dance. You know the one.
Yeah, no, I know
One.
exactly
You
which
know the
one.
one.
Yeah, pumpkin-headed man
Yeah.
dancing. I love it.
A visceral image.
Visceral Halloween meme. So yeah, you all go to a couple houses. Soon enough, you basically round off the whole block. As you are finishing up the last house, what do you all do?
I'm gonna like take a peek in Hilda's like bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything like is there any way I can see what's in there at all or no?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I am imagining Dorothy probably got a lot more and a lot better candy than Dakota did. Just because
Okay.
people tend to give little kids the
It's
better
true.
stuff because
Yeah.
they're like, this is
So-
really for you.
Dakota is gonna like go on like kind of like on a knee, and like kind of like hold her bucket.
Mhm.
She's like, Dorothy. Now, I have a lot of good stuff in here, like some of the best stuff, and gonna kind of like do like a little like quick like peek to show her like, you see all that, like that's a lot. I will trade you all of my candy for all of your Kit Kats and your Almond Joys.
Okay. Dorothy is more than happy to do that.
Dope.
She's like, absolutely.
Dakota's about the almond joys, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are good ones.
a very
Dakota's
specific
got good
Alright.
choice.
All right, I'm not gonna start discourse about candy like
It's
already. We won't
Leave
get
us
into that whole
comment.
argument. But
It's a very
Send us a message
specific
about what
character
the
choice.
superior Halloween candy is.
to each their own.
I
So
trade
that's
all my Kit Kats and Almond Joys happily.
amazing.
Dakota's gonna just like stuff them like in her pockets, and then just kind of give the other bucket for Dorothy to carry.
So I'm carrying both buckets now? Yes. Amazing. I'm trying to like juggle both buckets but still be able to hold my flashlight out in front of me. It's not working very well. But I am managing.
I'm gonna look at Dorothy and go, okay, so you remember how we got here, right?
No.
Remember, it's just we took the left, and then we took the other left, and then we went around the cul-de-sac, and then we took 2 more rights, and we went 3 blocks, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so
What's a
You-
block?
you see where there's streets?
Uh-huh.
That's 1. So you count 1, 2, 3, and then you'll do those directions backwards, okay? You remember it.
No.
Yeah. Think about it. Do you remember the first house we went to with all the nice people? Do you remember the house with the zombie people?
No. I want to stay with you, Dakota. Where are you going? Let's go.
I'm gonna go find you extra candy. There's candy that these houses don't give candy to kids. These are candies for big kids. And I don't want you getting scared from all the scary things there.
I don't know if I can get back home by myself because it's kind of dark and I don't know what blocks are still. They're kind of confusing. And
You had the blocks thing. It was like the building blocks. Like, you completely got this. Ready? Okay, here we can count in a block. You ready?
okay.
And so Dakota's gonna like basically like kind of like grab Dorothy's arm and like drag her along.
I drop one of the candy things because I don't have a free arm.
Yeah, you drop it,
Wait,
candy
wait,
spills
the
off
candy!
across the. You see other kids go, oh, and like some of them like start like moving in the direction of the bucket that's fallen.
Dakota turns
No!
around. Dakota turns around and like kind of angry looks at all the little kids and goes, "Back off!"
They get so scared and run.
Dakota gathers up the candy, gives the bucket back to Dorothy.
I would have Elsie carry it, but she's not very strong, so I have to carry both of the buckets.
There got the Elsie thing again. Okay, you can carry both of them. You got this, Dorothy. I know you're big and strong. You're almost how old again?
I'm 7 and almost a half.
Yeah,
Almost a half.
that half matters though.
It does.
And I know. And do you know what? Do you know what a 7.5-year-old can do? They know how to get home. Now, are you gonna be a big girl or are you gonna be a little baby, Dorothy?
Oh. I could be. I can be brave. I could do it.
Yeah, right. Okay,
I'm not a baby.
I know you are. That's why I asked. 'Cause I know you are. I know you're a big girl. So,
Okay.
here I'll send a text to Grace and Chris and let them know that you're on your way. It'll be fine. Now let them know that I walked you home, though. Okay. Otherwise, they're gonna be really mad at you.
Oh. Okay. I will.
Okay.
So you walk away from this child in the middle of the street, on the middle of the sidewalk. So yeah, Dakota, you start heading.
I've stacked the two candies, like I've stacked them on each other, and I'm kind of like, but like I'm small. I'm only like 3'5". Like I am a small child, so like it's like in front of my face, and I'm like barely holding the flashlight still.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'd start walking in the wrong direction.
Amazing. Yeah, Dakota, you see Dorothy start walking off. You know it's the wrong direction. But yeah, what do? You get another notification on your phone. Sorry. You get another notification on your phone. You see it's your friend again. I can't remember the name. Scarlett. It's Scarlett again. And she's just saying, "Are you almost here?"
Yeah, I'm gonna text and say, running now, taking a shortcut. And then she's gonna look and see Dorothy walking the wrong way, and she's just gonna yell, "Wrong way!" And then kind of bolt off into the woods.
Awesome. Yeah, you start heading off in the direction just outside of the cul-de-sac. And not the cul-de-sac, the neighborhood. It's like one of those communities that is like separated from the rest of whatever, city or town this is, by like a decent bit of wilderness. And yeah, you know that you can probably cut through the woods to get exactly where you need to go.
When I hear that,
the wrong way, probably.
Yeah, I turn with my two buckets still stacked, the flashlight. Is there okay, I'm in the middle of like the neighborhood and stuff. How far away am I from what you just described as well? Like how far away is that?
It's a bit of a ways. It's like to get to the woods part is probably about like a quarter mile of like a walk to get there.
Okay. Dorothy's just gonna start walking after Dakota.
Okay, still with the two buckets in your hand.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep, like the little all I can think of is like the animated Cinderella with like the mice who are trying to carry all the kernels of corn. Like that.
Amazing. You start following after her. So you all start walking off into Eventually, you get like out of the community. You pass by, several families and other children, like groups of friends and stuff. Some about Dorothy's age, some a little bit older, who still have a bit of the Halloween spirit. And you all like kind of cut through this neighborhood and are heading off to the edge of it towards the woods. Dakota, you probably don't notice Dorothy since you're probably just like kind of looking straight ahead and like doing your thing, and eventually you come to the woods. And once you hit the woods, what do you do?
I think Dakota just like kind of takes their phone out and puts a flashlight on so they can kind of see ahead of them and just starts running.
Amazing. Okay.
Just kind of straight ahead. They know where they're going. Probably starts like sending texts or making calls to Scarlet, letting her know that like we're getting close.
Okay, very cool.